The last data collection process we're going to look at is an experiment, and this is active. I deliberately impose a treatment. I deliberately impose a treatment. So what is a treatment? It's the combination of all the levels. And it's applied to the units. And what is a unit? A unit is the object on which the treatment is given. And we have a certain name for experimental units when they are people, and they are called subjects. So a couple other terminologies that you need to know. Random allocation. Random means we're going to use chance, and this is big. Use chance to assign units to treatments. I can't just say, you go to this group, you go to this group. I have to assign you a number and use our probability sampling techniques to put you into those different treatment groups. Complete randomization means that all units are randomly assigned. Complete means all my units are randomly assigned. Replication means I have at least 2 units in each treatment. So if you think about these words, they're somewhat self-explanatory. Replication, replicate, more than one. Complete means all. Randomized, they're randomly assigned by chance. Random allocation, again, random, using chance to allocate or assign. Balanced, same number of units in each group. Again, balanced. The control group. The control is the one that I control, or the researcher controls. In other words, they're treated the same. However, they do not receive the treatment. And that's the key. They don't receive the treatment because I want to know, would they be affected this way anyway, or is it actually the medication that is the actual cause? The treatment group, just as it says, they receive the treatment. Placebo. Lots of us have heard that before. That's just a sugar pill. So when I'm in the control group, I will receive the placebo technically, and that is just a sugar pill. It must look the same, smell the same, same color, and so forth, so I know I'm not in a special group. The placebo effect, this happens a lot. All it is response bias. In other words, the subject receiving the placebo shows the same effect that the researcher is looking for. So if I say, I have a terrible headache, the doctor gives me a sugar pill, and my headache goes away. That's response bias. I am responding as the researcher would like me to, as I think I should, because I'm receiving this medication, even though the medication was really just a sugar pill. Single blind means the subjects in the experiment do not know which group they're in. They don't know if they're getting the placebo or not. In the double blind, in this case, neither the subjects or the researcher knows. Neither one knows in double, that's why they call it double. And in single, the subject doesn't know. Somebody has to know, obviously, and usually they don't want the researcher, the one administering the treatment, to know, because then they could have some look on their face that might tell somebody they might act a different way and so forth. So there is a Let's Do It on page 151 at the bottom. It's 3.2. And it talks about food myths and they're wondering if this is an observational or an experiment. Well, they didn't force these women to drink soda. They just looked at their habits. So this is an observation. They didn't just put a 12-pack in front of them and say, drink this, and then let's see what happens. B, what was the population under study? They were only looking at females. Letter C, what was the explanatory variable? And D, what was the response? The explanatory variable here was the soda, and the response was to see how many bone fractures might have occurred, and did an increase in soda intake increase the number of bone fractures. And in the last question, these women came from tennis, basketball. 3 events were selected at random. They took every one from each of those 3. They didn't take from all sports, so this would be a cluster. They took the whole group, not part.